He doesn't like what they say? Send them to Guantanamo. Guantanamo is where the torture protocols were developed by the United States, by the CIA, directly challenging international law and the procedures set up to deal with prisoners, including prisoners of war. The men held there were never treated as prisoners of war. They have always been treated as people with no rights, no access to the rule of law or due process. This is the story of Guantanamo, and this is why we care about closing it. And we still demand that it be closed. You have a system right now that is moving, including next week. The Trump administration is moving to do away with what? Birthright citizenship, guaranteed by the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Hard fought over a civil war to give the rights to formerly enslaved people to become citizens. And this guy wants to wipe it out with an executive order to say that people not born in this country cannot come here and give birth to children who are citizens. This is nothing but white supremacy. This is exactly the way they have treated the prisoners in Guantanamo now since 2002, and even before that, when they were moved around in so-called black sites all over the Middle East. This is the history of the last 25 years. And this is why we are out here every month to remind the world across the globe that the U.S. maintains an entirely illegitimate prison torture camp in Guantanamo. Now, 2 months ago, the Trump regime started moving people that they wanted to deport into Guantanamo. Again, with no rights. Again, with no process. No process that a judge or a court could oversee. Secretly moved in the middle, by dark of night, in planes to Guantanamo, with the threat of exactly what happened to Kumar Abrego, who is in Seco, the infamous torture prison in El Salvador. This is what Trump is talking about. Now, where are they talking about sending the prisoners, y'all? Libya. It comes out in the news yesterday that there are planes ready to take immigrants that they say are undocumented to the country of Libya, a country completely destroyed in 2011 by the United States, by Hillary Clinton's order and Obama's order at that time. Sending people of unknown origin, of course we don't know who they are, to the country of Libya, which is demonstrably without law, is so clear what Trump and company want to do. Once they get away with sending undocumented people, they will begin sending citizens. In fact, Trump already talked about it. He talked about it in the White House, in the Oval Office. We're going to need 5 more prisons, he says, in El Salvador to take the homegrown. Who did he mean by the homegrown? He meant citizens of the U.S. that he does not like. This is why we're out here talking about Guantanamo, due process, and the rule of law, which we do not have. We are out here every month across the globe demanding that the United States close the U.S. torture camp at Guantanamo. Now, our friends over here are protesting the billionaires aligned with the Trump fascist regime. More power to them. We're all joining together because we're all for justice. Our whole point is that humanity deserves justice. And we are not getting it under the current regime by any means. I thank you for your applause. We are the global vigil to close Guantanamo that happens around the world every first Wednesday with justice-loving people from New York City gathering.
Shut down Guantanamo.
I want to call on the raging grannies in the house to sing one of their anthems.
Just shut up.
Okay, so there's free speech in the United States, unless you don't like it, and then you get to yell, shut up, very articulately. Anyone else need some?
Guantanamo, let's shut it down.
Shut it down!
Guantanamo, shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. No charges, no trials. Brutal and wild. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Ugly and obscene. Free the 15. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Torn family, held in misery. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Endlessly, no hope for release. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Trump don't care. Send my people there or anywhere. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. One more. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Our time has been. We say no way. Guantanamo, let's shut it down.
I'm going to walk to the left, see if there is an action there.
Shut it down.
Is that right?
This is a protest against pretty much everybody, against Trump, against MAGA millionaires, billionaires. So looks like there is two different groups here. I'll try to catch as much as I can of a little bit of everything. So at the moment we are here on the steps of the New York Public Library, here on 5th Avenue between 42nd and 41st.
Let's see, you get close. My face on it. I'm here for it. Yeah, yeah. So, exactly. And you know, in Germany, it's an actual crime to make Nazi propaganda. Here, it's like,
What are you doing here?
Well, who? I'm not me.
You're supposed to be on the other side with the other people.
What?
The Guantanamo Bay.
No, they said come over here because you're supposed to be over. I thought it was going to be a little more exciting than that.
fun one.
Hey, how about you posing with him?
Oh yeah, her. Amanda, come here. Side. Side. Come here. Over here. Side. And this, so I'm doing this. Oh my God. And you wear earbuds? I should. I really should.
Yeah, the election coming, unbelievable, like, swagger.
Let's see. It looks like people still pulling up, so I think there's going to be a little more action in a few. So guys, stick around and enjoy the views of the public library here. See, there is the cops, there is this, everybody's here.
Guantanamo was used as a holding facility for Haitian refugees who were fleeing
It's two
political
different
violence
groups. I
Yeah.
realized
and instability
they
in the
come
early
I think,
1990s.
what is it? The second Wednesday of every month, and that is the group that's going to go over there.
Well, they're going to the.
Coup in Haiti, thousands of Haitians fled their country in overcrowded boats, hoping to seek asylum in the U.S. Instead,
This must be one of them.
here, though, to the
Has to be them.
mainland, They were intercepted at
It's them.
sea
They're
by
gonna
U.S. Coast Guard,
go, right?
taken to Guantanamo
Yeah,
Bay.
to the restaurant.
This
So.
one comes
92, over 12
Well, if they march, it's not far. So,
were being held at the naval base in makeshift camps.
what's going on? These are the
Human rights violations at those refugee
what do you call it?
camps. The conditions
This is like the protesters against. They want to close Guantanamo Bay. Over here, the protesters over there against the rich, tax the rich, defund the rich, stuff like that. So. Наши друзья здесь? No, только это. Just this guy is here. It looks like it's supposed to start at 5. It is 5:20. It seems like they are not really doing much except staying around. Kind of surprised about that, but we'll see. Maybe they're waiting for like a main speaker or something. Yeah, it seems like really nobody's really has a message or anything for the protest. There is one there, so let me get closer to her, see what she has to say.
This pattern was repeated and amplified after 2002 when Guantanamo became a detention center for alleged terrorism suspects. Whether it was Haitian asylum seekers in the 90s or Muslim detainees in the 2000s, Guantanamo has consistently been used as a space to deny
Tax the rich! 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 Tax the motherfucking rich! Tax the rich! Tax the motherfucking rich! Tax the rich!
motherfucking rich! Tax the 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 motherfucking rich!
They did not sell Boulevard. Matter of fact, Boulevard was put under landmark, as it was one of the first houses that got built back in the Philippines.
I guess we'll find out soon enough. Hopefully they'll get like a speaker or something to clarify some things or why they're protesting, so let's see.
Matter of fact, maybe the house was about to get sold off. Oh, true. And that's nonsense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did it about a lot. So, I better get too see what's going on with the complex. Because one of the goals like the words
Up with democracy, down with the oligarchy. 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 Up with democracy, down with the oligarchy.
Matter of fact, the court hearing that I had on May the 15th is part of the plan.
Tax the rich!
Tax the motherfucking rich!
Tax the rich!
Tax the motherfucking rich!
Tax the rich!
Tax the motherfucking rich!
Tax the
objection. They don't put it right.
Tax the rich! Tax the motherfucking rich! Tax the rich! Tax the motherfucking rich! Tax the rich!
Tax the motherfucking rich!
Tax the rich!
Tax the motherfucking rich!
Tax the rich!
Tax the motherfucking rich!
Tax the rich! Tax the motherfucking 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 rich!
Tax the motherfucking rich! Tax the rich!
Hey! Woo!
I feel like
We need clean air!
Double O what?
Not another billionaire! Not another billionaire! Not another billionaire!
billionaire. We need clean air. Not another billionaire. We need clean air. Not another billionaire. We need clean air. We need clean air. Not another billionaire.
Okay, so let's do one on either side.
It looks like there is two groups here at the same time. There's this group, it looks like against billionaires, and there is a group over there against Guantanamo Bay. Hopefully they'll get like a speaker to explain their position so we can all understand why they're here. Looks like over there they're passing out flyers, they're passing out billboards and whatever they're called, banners. Yeah. Seems like a small crowd is gathering to watch all this, and we'll see. Okay, so it's perfect. Looks like, yeah, the speaker's gonna be here. Looks like they're about to start, so I'm gonna get it in position.
Hello, hello.
Democracy. Democracy.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! I said, what do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! And if we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it, shut it down! I said, if we don't get it, shut it down! All right, y'all. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Are you ready to fight? Yeah. Today, we are here because just one block from here, Donald Trump's biggest supporters are eating caviar and drinking champagne. Wow. Thank you, boo. That's right. While our communities are being deported, while our people are being evicted, while they're investing in buying our government just so they can get more tax breaks. What do we think about that? That's right, and society is tolerating it. Today, the Manhattan Institute, which is breeding and creating fascist propaganda. This is the brain trust behind the rise of fascism that we are seeing. Ever since the 1970s, the Manhattan Institute has been at war against workers. It has been at war against immigrants. It has been at war against families. And it has been at war against working class people across this country. Today, they are honoring a man named Paul Singer. That's right. Paul Singer has bought off the Trump administration and the Republican Party. He has given them $63 million that has assured, exactly, boo, that's right, thank you, Mike, that has asserted and assured his control over the party and his continuation on going to war against workers. Paul Singer is now pushing for cuts against Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and he is the chairman of the Manhattan Institute. Shame! 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 And what they want is to gut social services. They want to privatize our schools. They want to privatize our services. And they want to cut Social Security and Medicare for what? You know what it's for? So they can get more tax breaks. That's right. What do we think about that? Is that right? Is that right? Are we going to fight? Are we going to fight? They've declared war on us, so we are fighting back. When they come for us, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? That's right. We're going to have a few speakers today, and then we're going to march. And then you know what we're going to do, guys? What we're going to do tonight? We're going to crash their party. How does that sound? Yeah, that's right. All right, first, I would like to welcome Mr. John King from the United Auto Workers and Labor for Palestine.
Good evening, comrades. My name is John King. I'm with UAW Labor for Palestine. I'm also a member of UAW Local 7902, NYU Adjuncts Union, higher ed workers. And I came to speak a little bit about labor as Palestine is a labor issue. I come from higher ed, and even though it's one sector of the working class, when a union across town calls a strike because of striking for better contract, we walk the picket line with them. We support them in solidarity. If another union from another sector, the manufacturing sector in California, for instance, if they go on strike, if they're striking for safer working conditions or better health care, we walk the picket line with them. We support them through union solidarity. Union solidarity brings us all together, and we fight for one another. An injury to one is an injury to all. And this builds towards this builds towards international worker solidarity. When the General Federation of Trade Unions in Palestine puts out a call to U.S. workers to stop arming the genocidal state now and instituting an arms embargo now, we walk that picket line too. An injury to Palestine is an injury to all. And the thing is, workers are in a unique position regarding the billionaire class. When organized and mobilized in all our numbers and all our power, we can bring down the billionaire class. We can withhold our labor and bring them down and shut it down. So there's this MAGA donor to the genocidal IOF, Paul Singer, who is also known for his union busting and his anti-union tactics. And he's being honored tonight at the equally notorious Manhattan Institute that we heard about. So let's go shut them down. We must build and mobilize and organize unions and our working class, building coalitions and collective energy in a fight of solidarity and unity for workers' rights and for an end to the genocide. Repeat after me. Here's what we're gonna yell. Billionaires can go to hell. Here's what we're gonna yell. Billionaires can go to hell. Workers of the world unite. Palestine is our fight. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You know, what John was saying is really important because Paul Singer, who's being honored today, is also a very big donor to Friends of the IDF, right? And a number of the billionaires that have funded the Trump administration, they're the same people who have who are urging the government to go after students, to deport students for expressing their opinion, for free speech. They're going after us across the country. And this culture war is being funded by people right there at the Manhattan Institute, which is where we're going to be going in a bit. So I would like to call up our next speaker, Michael Kink from Strong Economy for All. Mike. Privatization.
All right. So these billionaires at the Manhattan Institute have been working for years to blow up everything that's good that working people rely on from government, to blow up our public schools, to blow up the hospitals, the Medicaid, the Medicare. They're fighting to blow up the food aid that families get when they're in need. They're fighting to take the Social Security from people who are retired or disabled and plow it into their hedge funds and private equity funds. Their goal is to take over the government and make themselves rich. It's about corruption, it's about greed, and it's about the billionaires over everyone else. If you're not a billionaire, you should be marching with us. You could be a telephone worker, you could be a school teacher, you could be living on the streets, you could be living in a rent-stabilized apartment. If you're not a goddamn billionaire, you should be marching against the goddamn billionaires. They're trying to take the pay from every public worker. They're trying to take the health care benefits from everyone who relies on something less than the luxury private doctors that they enjoy. If you don't have 5 mansions, if you don't have 2 private jets, if you don't have a $100 million painting, you should be with us marching on the streets because these billionaires are coming for you. The Manhattan Institute makes fascist propaganda. They pay these motherfuckers that work at the Manhattan Institute to divide working people against each other. They want to blame immigrants. They want to blame queer people and trans kids. They want to blame people who want basic civil rights and human rights in society. They are paying propagandists to divide people against one another because they understand that if working people stand together, the billionaires don't stand a chance. This is an opening shot. The Manhattan Institute has been doing this stuff in secret, in private, for decades. Everything they're doing now is the crap that's posted all over Fox News, all over the New York Post, that's repeated by hateful Republican politicians. The bigotry, the racism, all of it to divide the people against one another so they can steal what's rich in the government and take it for themselves. We need a government that works for all of us. We need a society that works for all of us, and we do not need these goddamn billionaires running the show. The people need to run the show. So we will beat the billionaires. So we'll do it People's Mic style. We will beat. We will beat the billionaires. 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 Thanks. Alicia, it's coming back to you.
All right, and now coming up next from Rise and Resist, give it up for Mr. Jay Walker.
Hey, everybody. We are in the biggest hellscape that I have ever seen in my 58 years on this planet. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the driving force right now behind the Manhattan Institute. Why do they always name the most horrible things after Manhattan? They named the Manhattan Project. They brought us the atom bomb after Manhattan, and they named this horrible, horrible hate tank the Manhattan Institute after this city. And that institute could not be further from the values of the people of this city and of this borough in this city. The guy that heads up the Manhattan Institute, in case you don't know, is Christopher Rufo. Now, you know that name? If you don't know that name, I'm going to say a little bit about Christopher Rufo. Christopher Rufo was that guy that took this fairly obscure, super academic law school field of study called critical race theory, which is completely real, completely true, completely valid, but only studied in law school, and decided to use that in an effort to demonize every single step toward equality that this nation has taken over the last 120 years. Shame. Christopher Rufo's CRT attacks led to the DEI attacks, led to the attacks on the most seemingly simple American values of diversity in a nation made up of immigrants, equity in a nation that celebrates the notion of equality, even if it hasn't ever truly lived up to it, and inclusion. Just the idea of being open to everyone and allowing everyone a seat at the table and allowing everyone's talents to be appreciated and to be able to be advanced. And from that guy, Christopher Rufo, the head of the Manhattan Institute and the Heritage Foundation and the GOP and this billionaire class that funds all of them, we have seen an unrelenting war on everyone in this country who is not a straight, white, cisgender Christian male. And so if you are not a straight, white, cisgender Christian male billionaire, you definitely need to be with us. This is the tactic that authoritarians have used the world over. This is the tactic that the wealthy have used in this country time and time again to distract people who are too busy worrying about how to keep a roof over their heads, how to keep their kids fed, to distract them with imaginary monsters that are that aren't doing anything to them, to distract them from the fact that it is the rich, it is the billionaire class, it is the robber baron class that is taking away everything that they could possibly want to thrive in this country. They are taking away our education, our ability to achieve higher education, and even our ability to educate our young kids. They are taking away our access to health care. They are taking away our access to affordable medications. They are taking away the rights that we have to bodily autonomy, and that's everybody's right to bodily autonomy. That is women's rights to bodily autonomy, as trans people's rights to bodily autonomy, as trans kids' rights to know who they are and to pursue a life that is going to make them happy. And they do all of that. They do all of that to distract low information voters from the fact that these billionaires are robbing us all blind. And that is a shame. And say it with me, that is a damn shame. Shame. And so we're going to march on that party. We're going to tell them that we see them for what they are, and that we are never going to stop calling them out for what they are doing to destroy everything that this country has ever tried to stand for. We will not stand for it. We will not let it stand. Thank you.
All right. We got two final speakers. We have Jay Ennis from New York Communities for Change.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? Y'all got energy up still? I'm going to be quick because I heard a lot of people talking about these billionaires, but there's one thing that people didn't get to, and I'm going to talk about myself. I live in the Bronx. I live in a rent-stabilized apartment in the Bronx. The rent-stabilized apartments in this city, the rents have been going up year after year after year since we've got this new mayor. The mayor who's in debt, not just to Donald Trump, but to the real estate billionaires all over this city. So I just wanted to come up and say, not just are these billionaires making it hard for us to educate our kids, not only are they just making it hard for us to feed ourselves, but they're definitely making it hard for lifelong New Yorkers like myself to stay in the community that they grew up in. But I work at New York Communities for Change. I work on public safety. So I always bring this back. Public safety is you knowing your next door neighbor's names. And you know your next door neighbor's names by living next to them for a long time. That's how you build community. That's how you build public safety. And I wanted to say real quick, rent-stabilized apartments are a staple of this city. Rent-stabilized apartments are the reason why immigrants can come here and stay here and get jobs. So I just wanted to bring up all these other things that the billionaires are doing that Jay spoke about is 100% correct. But us New Yorkers, us who are living paycheck to paycheck, need our rent-stabilized apartments. And these billionaires are taking that away from us too. So I wanted to take a second to say that housing is a human right, right? Housing is a human right? Thank you all. Screw the billionaires. Let's march, everybody. Let's go.
All right, now to close us out, where's Reverend Chelsea? All right. Everybody welcome Reverend Chelsea from Green Faith.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Reverend Chelsea McMillan. I am an interspiritual minister, and I'm a sacred activist. And I want to say that it doesn't take a minister to see that what these billionaires are doing is wrong. Buddhism tells us that there are 3 poisons that affect the heart and mind of an individual. The first poison named, greed. But it doesn't take a Buddha to know that what Paul Singer and these billionaire cronies of his are doing with their wealth and power is wrong. And even though the Bible has hundreds of verses about the dangers of greed, it does not take a holy book to tell us that what Betsy DeVos and these billionaires are doing with their wealth and power is wrong. Every faith tradition warns against greed. Greed causes suffering. Suffering for the person who takes more than they need, and suffering for the people, the communities, the earth that they destroy to take what they want but don't need. Pope Francis wrote that the cry of the earth is closely linked with the cry of the poor. And we're here today, no matter our faith tradition or no faith tradition, however you believe or don't believe, I think that we're all here today because we hear that cry. And we're not here to take power from the billionaires. We are here to show them what real power looks like. These people at the Manhattan Institute have given up on the world. They know that their economic policies are basically a war against nature, against humanity, against all life. We are here because we believe that a better world is possible. We're here because we can envision a future of abundance and cooperation and justice. A world where we are connected to each other and connected to the earth, and that is real power. So I want to invite you all to take a moment to connect to that power. I invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Feel the earth beneath your feet. This is real power. Now feel the love in your heart. You might even place a hand on your heart if you're feeling it today. This is real power. Now take a look around. See all of these people around you supporting each other. Feel the power in this community, in this movement. This is real power. So lastly, I want to invite us to raise our powerful voices together in song with the words of the Peace Poets. They sing, "We are not afraid." Let me hear it. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will fight for liberation because we know why we were made. It goes like this. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will fight for liberation because we know why we were made. Sing it with me. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will fight for liberation because we know why we were made. Let me hear it. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will fight for liberation because we know why we were made. We're going to march for liberation. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We will march for liberation because we know why we were made. We're going to stand for liberation. We are not afraid. Oh no, we are not afraid. We will stand for liberation because we know why we were made. Yeah, do you hear that? That is real power. And we're going to march with that power. Thanks, Elise.
All right, y'all. Are you ready to march? Are you ready to march? All right, I have some quick instructions. The people with the tombstones. You see the people with the tombstones? You're going to go right behind them. Right behind the lead banner. All right? And now we're going to march, y'all.
All of us could be rounded up. So do stand up and fight back for the people of the world, not only for ourselves. Go here.
Fucking nonsense. What they don't get a job. They don't get a job.
One opinion right now. So the fundraiser that they are doing.
Thank you. I'll stop them again at the corner. Okay? Lois, what up, brother? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you're doing good, but tap the brakes a little, but you're doing good. Okay, we're gonna stop here. Go ahead.
Remember, right and left.
You ready?
Left is our tug of war. Left and right.
Yeah, they better about that. We got a minute or so, folks. Get the shots in. I'm sorry you gotta cross to get to this side.
So it looks like they're ready to march a few blocks down to the Cipriani's, whatever it's called, the restaurant. where the billionaires are eating. So let's see.
That's good. You're nailing it.
Looks like we're stopping. Stop and go.
Tax the rich. Tax the rich. Tax the motherfucking 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 rich.
We're gonna hold for a life cycle. We're gonna hold for a life cycle.
Here we are walking down where we are, down on 42nd Street, walking towards Madison Avenue. So if you drive in here, you might be in little traffic. Even though they stick into the sidewalk, but just in case, stay away from 42nd. Take a picture of me! At least they're good to the sidewalk, you know? You wanna do the thing? You wanna hop on the thing?
What happens when they get there? They love it.
Oh, you giving out? Oh. Okay. Please.
Men's or women's?
Both, I guess. Thank you.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, guys. Thank you.